Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gimalem Art and Vlog. Today we're diving deep into the extraordinary world of Pablo Ruiz Picasso, the Spanish painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, and theater designer whose ideas reshaped the future of modern art. In this video, we'll explore Picasso's early life, his parents and siblings, the influences that fueled his creativity, his groundbreaking periods, including the creation of Cubism and many of his most famous artworks. We will also explore art museums and galleries around the world where you can travel in person to see Picasso's masterpieces from France to Spain, the United States, Japan, Switzerland, and beyond. Whether you're an art lover, a student, or simply curious about the life of one of history's greatest artistic innovators, this video will guide you through Picasso's remarkable journey. So get ready, because the story of Pablo Picasso is very fascinating. So let's jump to the video. Pablo Picasso was born on October 25, 1881 in Málaga, Spain. He was the first child of José Blasco and Maria Picasso Lopez. His father, Jose, was a respected painter and an art professor who specialized in realistic paintings of birds, particularly pigeons. Jose recognized Pablo's artistic talent extremely early, before the age of 10, and became his first and most influential teacher. Picasso also had two younger sisters, Lola Picasso and Conchita Picasso. Sadly, Conchita died from diphtheria at the age of 7, a tragic loss that deeply affected young Pablo and shaped some of the emotional depth in his early works. His mother, Maria, was known for her warmth and unwavering belief in her son's genius. It was she who famously said, "If Pablo says he is a painter, then he is a painter." This foundation of artistic support from both parents helped shape Picasso's confidence, ambition, and lifelong dedication to art. As Picasso grew, he absorbed artistic influences that later shaped his evolution. He admired and studied master artists such as Diego Velázquez, Francisco Goya, Eugene Delacroix, Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec, Henri Rousseau, Edouard Manet, Paul Gauguin, Vincent van Gogh, and Paul Cézanne. Cézanne's approach to simplifying nature into geometric shapes directly laid the groundwork for Cubism, which Picasso later co-founded. Picasso was not just influenced by these artists, he absorbed their lessons and then pushed beyond them, reinventing art in ways the world had never seen. Picasso's career spanned more than 70 years, and his evolution can be seen through several major artistic periods, such as the Blue Period from 1901 to 1904, characterized by cold blues and greens. This period reflected themes of sorrow, poverty, and introspection. Picasso's famous works from that period was the Old Guitarist and La Vie. The Waltz period from 1904 to 1906, filled with warmer tones, pinks, reds, and golds, focused on circus performers, acrobats, and more hopeful subjects. Picasso's famous works from that period was Family of Saltimbanques and Boy with a Pipe. The African period from 1907 to 1909, inspired by African masks and sculpture, Picasso began breaking faces and bodies into angular forms, exploring abstraction. Picasso's famous work from that period was Les Demoiselles d'Avignon. Cubism from 1909 to 1919, co-founded with Georges Braque, Cubism revolutionized art by depicting multiple viewpoints at once. Picasso chose Cubism because he wanted to represent reality as the mind sees it, not just the eyes. Picasso's famous works from that period was Girl with a Mandolin, Three Musicians, and Majoli. Neoclassicism and Surrealism from 1920s to 1930s, Picasso experimented with mythological themes, monumental figures, and dreamlike distortions. His famous works was The Pipes of Pan and The Red Armchair. The Guernica era in 1937, Picasso painted Guernica as a response to the bombing of a Basque town during the Spanish Civil War, one of the most powerful anti-war artworks in history. And late works from 1940s to 1973, his final decades were filled with bold, energetic paintings, ceramics, and sculptures reflecting joy, maturity, and freedom. Pablo Picasso became famous because he challenged everything. He did not simply follow artistic rules, he tore them apart and rebuilt them in his own language. His invention of Cubism changed the course of Western art. He proved that art didn't need to imitate life, it could interpret it, break it apart, and rebuild it with emotion and intellect. Picasso's ability to reinvent himself again and again, Blue Period, Rose Period, African Period, Cubism, Surrealism, made him a symbol of endless creativity. He created more than 20,000 artworks, a number unmatched by most artists in history. Picasso didn't just make art, he changed how the world thinks about art. Here are a few of his most iconic pieces. Allow me to explain about these artworks. Guernica, which was painted in 1937, a monumental anti-war painting now housed in the Reina Sofia Museum in Madrid. Guernica is one of Pablo Picasso's most powerful and enduring works, widely regarded as a universal symbol of the horrors of war and the suffering it inflicts on innocent civilians. Painted in response to the bombing of the Basque town of Guernica during the Spanish Civil War, the mural-sized canvas captures a moment of chaos, terror, and grief without depicting the event in a literal or narrative way. Picasso created Guernica after learning that the town had been devastated by an aerial bombing carried out by Nazi German and Italian forces supporting Spanish General Francisco Franco. Rather than portraying specific military figures or locations, Picasso chose a symbolic and emotional approach, allowing the painting to transcend its historical moment and speak to the timeless brutality of war. The composition is dominated by fractured, overlapping figures rendered in black, white, and shades of gray. This stark palette strips away any sense of beauty or heroism and reinforces the bleakness of destruction, while also echoing the look of newspaper photographs through which Picasso first encountered the news. The absence of color forces the viewer to confront form, expression, and emotion without distraction. At the center of the painting is a wounded horse, often interpreted as representing the suffering of the people, pierced and screaming in agony. To the left stands the bull, a complex and debated symbol that has been read as representing brutality, indifference, or even Spain itself. Below them, a fallen soldier lies dismembered. His broken body emphasizes the futility of violence. Around these central figures are women crying out in despair, one holding her dead child, another trapped in flames, and another rushing forward in terror, each embodying civilian suffering. The distorted faces, sharp angles, and fragmented bodies reflect Picasso's Cubist language, which he uses here not for intellectual experimentation, but as a tool to convey psychological trauma. Space collapses, perspectives clash, and the figures seem trapped in a confined, airless environment, mirroring the overwhelming panic of the moment. When Guernica was first displayed at the 1937 Paris International Exposition, it served as a bold political statement against war and fascism. Over time, it became far more than a response to a single event. Picasso refused to allow the painting to return to Spain while Franco remained in power, reinforcing its role as a moral protest rather than a decorative artwork. Today, Guernica is housed at the Museo Reina Sofia in Madrid, where it stands as one of the most important anti-war artworks ever created. Its impact lies not in telling viewers what to think, but in forcing them to feel shock, sorrow, and empathy. Through symbolism, abstraction, and emotional intensity, Picasso transformed personal outrage into a global visual language of protest. In a sense, Guernica is not just a painting about one bombing or one war. It is a timeless warning, a reminder of the human cost of violence and of art's power to confront injustice when words are not enough. Demoiselles d'Avignon, which was painted in 1907, a groundbreaking work that sparked Cubism. Les Demoiselles d'Avignon is one of the most radical and influential artworks in the history of modern art, painted by Pablo Picasso at the age of 25. This large canvas marks a decisive break from centuries of artistic tradition and is widely regarded as the foundational work of Cubism. Rather than offering a harmonious or idealized view of the human body, Picasso confronts the viewer with a fractured, unsettling, and confrontational vision of form and space. The painting depicts 5 nude female figures traditionally interpreted as prostitutes in a brothel on Carrer d'Anvilló in Barcelona, from which the title is derived. However, Picasso does not present them as objects of beauty or desire in the classical sense. Instead, their bodies are sharp, angular, and aggressively distorted, with poses that feel rigid and confrontational. The woman stared directly at the viewer, eliminating any sense of distance or comfort. One of the most striking features of Les Demoiselles d'Avignon is the mask-like treatment of the faces, particularly the 2 figures on the right. These faces are heavily inspired by African ceremonial masks, which Picasso encountered in ethnographic collections in Paris. He was drawn to the expressive power, abstraction, and spiritual intensity. Rather than copying these masks, Picasso absorbed their visual language, simplified forms, exaggerated features, and symbolic presence, and used them to reinvent how the human face could be represented in Western art. The space within the painting is deliberately flattened and fragmented. Traditional perspective is abandoned. There is no clear foreground or background, and the figures seem compressed into a shallow, unstable plane. The sharp, shard-like shapes of the bodies and drapery break the image into overlapping geometric forms, anticipating the Cubist idea of showing multiple viewpoints simultaneously. This rejection of naturalistic space challenged the Renaissance ideal that art should imitate visual reality. Color plays a secondary role in the painting. The palette consists mainly of earthy pinks, ochre, blues, and whites, allowing form and structure to dominate. The angular outlines and jagged planes create tension and unease, reinforcing the painting's confrontational nature. Picasso was less concerned with beauty than with truth, intensity, and transformation. When Les Demoiselles d'Avignon was first completed, it shocked even Picasso's closest friends. Many consider it ugly, disturbing, or unfinished. It was not publicly exhibited for several years, yet its influence spread quietly among avant-garde artists. The painting challenged long-held assumptions about anatomy, perspective, and artistic purpose, opening the door to Cubism and countless modern movements that followed. Today, Les Demoiselles d'Avignon is housed at the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA, in New York City, where it stands as a turning point in art history. Its importance lies not only in its visual innovation, but in its bold declaration that art no longer needed to follow established rules. Through this single painting, Picasso redefined what art could be: subjective, experimental, confrontational, and intellectual driven. In a sense, Les Demoiselles d'Avignon represents the moment when modern art truly began. It is a work that dismantles tradition and rebuilds it from the ground up, forever changing how artists and viewers understand form, space, and expression. The Old Guitarist, which was painted from 1903 to 1904, a masterpiece of the Blue Period, emotional and haunting. The Old Guitarist is one of the most iconic works from Pablo Picasso's Blue Period, a phase marked by emotional depth, social empathy, and somber introspection. Painted during a time of personal hardship and emotional struggle, the work reflects Picasso's deep concern for human suffering and isolation. The painting depicts an elderly blind man seated in a hunched position, clutching a guitar as if it were his final source of comfort and identity. His body appears elongated, fragile, and almost skeletal, emphasizing physical weakness and poverty. The man's closed eyes and inward posture suggest not only blindness but also emotional withdrawal from the world around him. The most striking feature of the Old Guitarist is its monochromatic blue palette. Shades of blue and blue-green dominate the canvas, creating a cold, melancholic atmosphere that reinforces themes of loneliness, despair, and marginalization. Picasso deliberately restricted his use of color to strip the scene of any distraction, forcing the viewer to focus on mood and emotional resonance rather than visual pleasure. Contrasting the surrounding blues, the brown guitar stands out as the only warm-toned object in the composition. This contrast gives the guitar symbolic significance. It represents music, creativity, and survival, a fragile yet vital connection to life for the old man. The guitar is not just an instrument, it is a lifeline, suggesting that art and expression can provide solace even in the darkest circumstances. Stylistically, the painting reflects influences from Al Greco, particularly in the elongated proportions and expressive distortion of the figure. Picasso was less interested in anatomical accuracy than in conveying emotional truth. The distorted body and unnatural posture intensified the sense of suffering, aligning the work with symbolism rather than realism. Although the Old Guitarist appears simple at first glance, later X-ray analysis revealed that Picasso painted over earlier compositions beneath the surface. This discovery underscores both his financial struggles at the time and his restless creative process during the Blue Period. Today, the Old Guitarist is housed at the Art Institute of Chicago, where it remains one of the most recognized paintings in modern art history. The work stands as a powerful example of Picasso's ability to merge personal emotion with universal themes. It captures the dignity of human endurance amid hardship and demonstrates how art can give voice to those often overlooked by society. In a sense, the Old Guitarist is not merely a portrait of an aging musician, it is a visual meditation on poverty, isolation, and the redemptive power of art. Through simplicity of color, expressive distortion, and symbolic contrast, Picasso transformed personal grief into a timeless image of human resilience. Girl Before a Mirror, which was painted in 1932, a surreal and colorful exploration of identity and beauty and self-perception. Girl Before a Mirror is one of Pablo Picasso's most celebrated and psychologically complex paintings, offering a vivid exploration of identity, self-perception, and the passage of time. Created during a highly productive period in Picasso's career, the work is widely understood as a portrait of Marie-Thérèse Walter, Picasso's young muse and lover, whose presence dominates many of his works from the early 1930s. At first glance, the painting presents a woman gazing at her reflection. However, Picasso transforms this familiar motive into a powerful psychological metaphor. The figure on the left, the real girl, is rendered in bright, sensual colors with soft, curving forms, suggesting youth, vitality, and innocence. Her face is split into contrasting halves, a recurring device in Picasso's work that hints at duality within the self. The reflection in the mirror, however, tells a different story. Instead of mirroring the girl's outward appearance, the reflection appears darker, more angular, and more ominous. The colors deepen into purples, reds, and blacks, and the body becomes distorted and shadowed. This contrast suggests an inner self marked by anxiety, aging, and emotional complexity, what the girl may feel rather than what she sees. Color plays a crucial symbolic role in the painting. The vibrant yellows, pinks, and greens of the figure convey warmth and sensuality, while the darker tones of the reflection evoke introspection and unease. The mirror itself becomes a boundary between outward beauty and inner reality, reinforcing Picasso's interest in psychological truth over visual accuracy. Stylistically, Girl Before a Mirror draws on Cubism and Surrealism, blending fragmented forms with dreamlike symbolism. Picasso abandons naturalistic perspective in favor of flattened space and bold outlines, allowing emotion and meaning to take precedence over realism. The use of pattern, especially the diamond shapes in the mirror, adds rhythmic energy while symbolizing transformation and instability. On a deeper level, the painting reflects Picasso's ongoing meditation on time, femininity, and mortality. Many art historians interpret the darker reflection as a premonition of aging or even death, suggesting that youth inevitably carries the shadow of its future. Others view the work as a commentary on how women are seen versus how they experience themselves internally. Today, Girl Before a Mirror is housed at the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA, in New York City, where it stands as one of Picasso's most iconic and accessible works. In its enduring power lies in its universal relevance. The tension between appearance and identity, confidence and doubt, youth and time. In a sense, Girl Before a Mirror is not simply a portrait, it is a visual meditation on the complexity of self-awareness. Through bold color, fractured form, and symbolic contrast, Picasso transforms an intimate moment into a timeless exploration of the human psyche. Three Musicians, which was painted in 1921, a joyful rhythmic cubist painting full of movement and color. These artworks demonstrate Picasso's extraordinary ability to transform emotion, philosophy, and reality into visual symbols. Three Musicians is one of Pablo Picasso's most recognizable and celebrated works, representing the height of his sympathetic cubist style. Painted shortly after World War I, the work demonstrates Picasso's ability to blend abstraction, symbolism, and playful creativity while maintaining intellectual depth. The painting exists in two nearly identical versions, one housed at the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA, in New York City, and the other at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. The composition depicts three costume figures playing musical instruments, a harlequin, a pirate, and a monk. Though they appear flat and geometric, at first glance the figures are carefully arranged to interlock like pieces of a puzzle. Picasso constructs the scene using bold, overlapping shapes and sharply defined planes, eliminating traditional depth and perspective. Instead of modeling forms with light and shadow, he relies on color, shape, and rhythm to define the figures. Stylistically, Three Musicians is a prime example of sympathetic cubism, a phase of cubism that emphasized simplified forms, bright colors, and collage-like construction. the painting resembles a cut paper collage, though it is entirely painted. Picasso deliberately blurred the boundary between painting and collage, creating the illusion that the figures are assembled from separate fragments. This approach reflects his ongoing interest in challenging artistic conventions and redefining what painting could be. Beyond its formal invention, the painting carries deep personal symbolism. Art historians widely interpret the three musicians as representations of Picasso himself and two close friends. The Harlequin, a recurring alter ego for Picasso, symbolizes the artist's playful, creative spirit. The pirate is often associated with the poet Guillaume Apollinaire, a close friend of Picasso who had died in 1918. The monk is believed to represent Max Jacob, another intimate friend who had recently entered a monastery. Seen this way, the painting becomes both a celebration of friendship and a quiet meditation on loss and change. Color plays a central role in establishing mood and harmony. The warm browns, blues, reds, and blacks are carefully balanced, giving the composition a sense of musical rhythm that mirrors the act of performance itself. Even though the figures are static, the arrangement of shapes creates a lively, almost audible sense of movement. Three Musicians also reflects Picasso's return to order and clarity following the chaos of war. While still deeply modern and abstract, the painting feels playful rather than aggressive, structured rather than fractured. It shows Picasso proving that Cubism could be expressive, lyrical, and joyful, not just analytical. In a sense, Three Musicians is more than a depiction of performers. It is a visual symphony composed of color, shape, memory, and friendship. Through its bold geometric and symbolic depth, Picasso transformed Cubism into a language capable of expressing both intellectual innovation and human emotion, solidifying the painting's place as a cornerstone of modern art history. These artworks demonstrate Picasso's extraordinary ability to transform emotion, philosophy, and reality into visual symbols. If you want to experience Picasso's work in person, here are some of the best museums worldwide that hold his masterpieces. Musée Picasso, located in Paris, France. The address is 5 Rue de Torigny, 75,003 in Paris. Musée Picasso, located in Barcelona, Spain. The address is Carre Montcada, 1508003, Barcelona. Museo Picasso Málaga, located in Málaga, Spain. The address is Calle San Agustin, 29115, Málaga. Museo Reina Sofia, located in Madrid, Spain. The address is Calle Santa Isabel, 52,280,012 in Madrid. Museum of Modern Art MoMA, located in New York City, United States. The address is 11 West 53rd Street in New York, New York. The Art Institute of Chicago, located in Chicago, Illinois, United States. The address is 111 S Michigan Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. Philadelphia Museum of Art, located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. The address is 2600 Benjamin Franklin Parkway in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, located in New York City, United States. The address is 1005th Avenue in New York, New York. Tate Modern, located in London, United Kingdom. The address is Bankside, London, SE1 9TG. Kunstmuseum Basel, located in Basel, Switzerland. The address is St. Alban Graben 16, 4051 Basel. National Museum of Western Art, located in Tokyo, Japan. The address is Ueno Park, Taito City, Tokyo, 110-0007. Museum Ludwig, located in Cologne, Germany. The address is Heinrich Boll-Platz, 50,667 Cologne. And the Art Gallery of Ontario, located in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The address is 317 Dundas Street West, Toronto, Ontario, M5T 1G4. Visiting these museums is the closest thing to stepping inside Picasso's mind, seeing his brushstrokes, his experimentation, and the sheer energy of his creativity. Pablo Picasso was not just an artist, he was a revolution from his early childhood in Málaga, influenced by his father and shaped by the world's great masters to the creation of Cubism and the countless reinventions of his style. Picasso forever changed how we see, think about, and create art. Let's take a look at Pablo Picasso's artwork, so sit back and enjoy. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed learning about Picasso's life, his family, his masterpieces, and the places where you can see his work, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments which Picasso museum you want to visit first. This is the G Madam Art and Vlog, and until next time, bye for now.